Hey, let's create a super cute Easter wreath using this Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes sign. This is a kit. If you're looking for a list of our availability, just comment the word Wreath Kit 261, all one word, Wreath Kit 261, and our system will send you the link where you can check it out. Okay, let's get started on this one since it's super duper cute. This is the ribbon for our tails. Our kit comes with the the frame, the sign, the mesh, which I've already pre-cut and have ready to go, most of it. It comes with ribbon for your bow and ribbon for your tail. So we are gonna, and the pipe cleaner. So we are going to get started. The one thing I do need, the thing I'm not used to, this is a metal sign, so we're going to need to use these. Hey, Vicki. How are you? Hi, Lori. Hey, everyone. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, take a seat. The first thing we're going to do, all the kids are asleep. Well, they're not asleep. They're in the room. Not all. I have 2 kids. Oh, good gravy. Hey, Anita. Oh, Anita. Was it you that was looking for a campground? I did find a campground close. If that was you, let me know. All right, I'm going to add my pipe cleaners. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Good Sunday evening. Good March 1st evening. I'm adding my pipe cleaners to the frame first. So we're going to go in all the spots. Again, this is a kit. It's one of our kits available. And if you order a kit tonight, it will be shipped tomorrow. We are packaging the rest of our orders up tonight. So if you're ordering them tonight, it'll be shipped tomorrow on Monday. Thank you. This one was from Meyer. I got this color and the brown leopard. Thank you. Hi, Debbie. Hey, everyone. What is going on? It's Sunday night. We just got home and everyone is showered and in bed already. We've had some long-awaited cousin time. Hey, Pam. How are you? Hi, Penny. So I'm adding in a pipe cleaner to all of the twist ties. Okay. So very specifically, the twist tie on the inside, I'm twisting that close to the notch on the inside of the wreath. And then on the pipe cleaner that goes on the outside, I'm twisting it right where the hole is. Okay, so you'll see very specific. This is the outside of the frame. The twist tie is going right near the hole, or almost right on top of the hole. And the twist tie that goes on the inside of the frame is twisted closest to the inside of the frame. Okay, Anita, okay. Anita, there's a KOA that is 20 minutes. That's the biggest campground. And then there's 2 or 3, there's 2 smaller campgrounds. So there are a few. I only know personally experienced the KOA. So the other ones I don't know, but hey, Valerie. Hi, Cheryl. Sunday night, and we are working on a wreath kit. So if you want to know what we have available, this kit is available as we started. It's super cute with the, hi, Pamela, Bunny Wishes and Easter, I lied. Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes. Facebook does it backwards, so that's what it says. Sorry. Okay, so we need 3 types of mesh for this one. We need 3 types of mesh. We're going to walk through all of them together, but we're going to walk through the first one. Off of your roll of mesh, so this is a kit. So off of your roll of mesh, your first 6 pieces. This is important. Your first 6 pieces, you want to cut them 20 inches long. Hey, everyone. Your first 6 inches, 20 inches long, okay? Then what I'm going to do, I want this wreath to kind of spread out. We want it to be about 24 inches wide. Where do you get those wreaths? If you're looking for the frame, everything you're going to need from us, you can find over at Learn learnfrommelissa.com. Learnfrommelissa.com. Okay, so that you can see what I'm doing. So that you can see. So the first 6, 20 inches long. I'm hopeful you could tell me if the KOA was close. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes. We trailered, yep, 20 minutes. It's between my house and the classroom. 20 minutes. That's not the closest you're going to get. There is one that's closer, but I don't know the name of it yet. And I don't have any personal experience with it. And it looks really small. But I can't find out the name of that. All right. So, hey everyone. Okay, 20 inches, first 6 cuts. This is for the pancake petite. So I'm going to just roll in really little. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then from this side, about 2 inches from the bottom, I'm going to ruffle the best I can all the way up, about 2 inches from the bottom. Just going to ruffle. And you see what happens as I go along, this kind of it might not do that at first, but it starts to kind of curl in. That's what we want. We want to hide that cut edge there. So I'm just going to ruffle, ruffle, ruffle all the way in. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle until we get about the same length from the other side. And then we're going to curl that in also. Really, I'm just kind of folding it in. So fold 1, fold 2, work with me, fold 3, okay? And then I'm going to scrunch up the rest. Now, when I curled it with like the curl side up. When I put it in the wreath, I want to put it with that side down. Hey, Evelyn, okay? So I'm going to turn it over. Now, your kit does come with all the pipe cleaners you need. It does not come with zip ties. I'm only doing this for like the demonstration because we're going to do a couple of these together. And so before I put them in the wreath, okay? So we're just going to do this part together. So the kit itself does not come with the zip ties. You don't need them. You could just take this piece and put it right into the frame, which is what we'll do with the last piece that we do. Okay? So it looks just like this. About 2 inches from the bottom is my gathering here. I have it so that the top of that zip tie is on the top because I want the smoothest part to be on the top. So the part that has the cut edge will be on the bottom. All make sense? Okay? Hey everyone, I'm glad you're here tonight. I hope you're all following and making tulip wreaths. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. So this is still that same piece. so let me see so you can see, sorry. So I'm gonna like fold it in. It's about the width of my finger. I'm gonna fold it in and then one more for good luck. It doesn't have to be 3, but sometimes I do 3. And then I'm going to scrunch, 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 scrunch. Again, if you're buying kits tonight, they will be shipped tomorrow. They will go to the post office tomorrow morning. And if you're buying more than one kit, we do refund the excess shipping. So the system will charge you shipping for each kit. Some sweet gal just bought 10 kits. And we will be refunding all her excess shipping. So if you're buying more than one, it'll save you on shipping. And if you're looking for where our kits are, you can just go to Wreath. I'm sorry, you can type here. Hey Debbie, hey everyone. You can type here, Wreath Kit 261. If you've already typed that somewhere else on a different, we have one more. On a different post, it's not going to send you the link again. So Wreath Kit 261, it'll send you all of our availability. So it'll bring you right to our shop. And then when you get to our shop, just type in Wreath Kit so you can see what the wreath kits are. Okie dokie. The zip ties always get you. They just help me so that we can go, so that when we were creating, when I'm live with y'all, I can do it, I can create all together. So this is the 20-inch piece. Who's paying attention? You are that sweet gal. Hey, Julie, thanks so much. Your package is going to be delivered to the post office tomorrow morning. Okay, so we have This was how many inches? Perfect. Wreath Kit 261. Perfect. All one word if you can. All one word. How many inches was this? Anybody remember? This is the first 6 pieces that we're cutting off the mesh. We're cutting off the roll. The first 6 pieces. 20 inches. Okay? That's for the cruffle part. That's number 1. The second one, so the next 6 pieces, very good everyone. The next 6 pieces we're cutting at 10 inches. This one's super easy. 10 inches. And it's already curled like this. All I'm going to do is just curl in maybe a little bit more so it overlaps a little bit more. That seam is going to end up in the back and about 2 inches from the bottom. I'm just going to gather that as well. Okay? About 2 inches from the bottom, we're just going to gather that as well. So I have a curl. So it looks like that on the end. 2 inches from the bottom here. This one is 10 inches. So the first 6 pieces you cut off the mesh, 20 inches. The next 6 you cut 10 inches. And we do need one more set of mesh. And I'm going to wait until we get to that step so that no one gets confused, okay? So the first 6, 20 inches. The next 6, 10 inches. Okay? Now, and I did the rest of them for us. Okay? So we have 6 of these and 6 of these. 6 of these at 20 inches, 6 of these at 10. Now, we're going to take our remote control. This happens when I get tired. Not remote control. Wreath base. Sometimes it just happens. We're going to take our wreath base. Oh, I got a thing before we do that because I need this to dry first. We're going to take our sign. Remember the sign, the frame, the pipe cleaners, the ribbon tails, the mesh, the ribbon for the bow, all comes together for the kit. All right. It also comes with these little guys, which we are going to use this time. Typically, I don't. I use for using a wood sign. I staple them, but your kits do come with this. These are the mounts that we're going to use for the pipe cleaners to attach our sign. The one thing we want to remember is this is a 12-inch sign. This is a 10-inch frame. Okay, 12-inch sign, 10-inch frame. That means I don't want to put these guys on the edge. We have to deal with that enough with the round 12-inch, right? So for these, I want them to come in a little bit. So I'm just going to use my trusty guy here, and it's going to tell me where I need to be. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to measure. I know that the inside twist ties, I want the sign to cover 4 twist ties if I can. Okay. So, and those are going to be the ones on the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where I want it to cover. Okay. So if I'm going to put my mounts, I'm going to go right here for 1. And I'm going to go right here for 2. I just went, here's where I went. I went right here and right here. Okay. You'll see it a little bit better on the front. Is that poly burlap? This is not poly burlap. This is, oh no. This is Deco Poly Mesh. Sorry, I sound weird with this phrase. Deco Poly Mesh, technically. All right, so that's where these are going to go, right there. I'm going to take this little guy off of here and stick it. And I'm going to take this little guy off of here and stick it. And then, because I'm a psycho and I think everything's going to fall apart, I'm going to take this little trusty glue gun, and I'm going to like caulk it almost. I'm going to like caulk it on. Now, you can use an extra little layer of super glue. You can use something, because I will tell you, I've had some, not all, but some bad experiences with these little guys. And so I'm going to just add a little bit extra. And I'm going to do that at this point so that it's dry by the time we need it. Okie dokie. So it looks just like that. Hey, everyone. Evelyn's like, I know I can do, I can do this with my eyes closed, but inevitably I'm going to watch. I'm glad to have you here, darling. I'm glad to have you. So I put them in place where I know they're going to go. Right in the middle of the sign. And that's where I'm going to use my pipe cleaners when I'm ready, okay? I'm going to set that aside so I can let it dry. And then we're going to go alternate between, and we still have one set of mesh still that we have to do. We're going to alternate between, hey, Shannon. Hi, love. We're going to alternate between our 20-inch piece and our 10-inch piece. Where did you get the glue gun? Actually, I posted it on the, let me post it. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I can do that from here. Hold on one second. I can't do that with everything, but let's see if I can do that from here. The glue gun is my absolute favorite. I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, I can, I think. I'm not going to be able to do it over and over again, but I'll do it once for you. So if you want this specific glue gun, I'm going to put it in the comments right now. Just like this. With my 45-year-old eyeballs. So there's the glue gun and the glue sticks and the bulk glue sticks. Or the, excuse me, the small glue sticks and the big glue sticks. All right, here we go. We're going to take our 20-inch piece, That's going to go on the outside twist tie. It's important. Outside twist tie, 20-inch piece. Write down. Ooh, I get to show you my hack for this too. Oh, I'm so in love with it. Okay, then the 20-inch piece is going to go on the inside, making sure my pieces align. So I want this, when I look at it, I want to look at it as one great big circle as best as I can. So I want them to align as best as I can. Thank you, Katrina. Hey, Katrina. This is from Meyer. But like at Christmas time, it's from Meyer. And I bought both colors because I love it. So you see how they're split apart here, but as we get everything in, they'll go together. But you see how they're even with each other? That's what we want, okay? So again, I'm going to go alternate with the 20-inch piece going on the outside of the frame, making sure I align. Now, for those of you who do it like me and do the zip ties, it might not be right where the zip tie is. The goal is to make them aligned. That's the goal. Hi, Tina. Hi, Tina. For the 10-inch piece, you want the seam to go down. So that's in the back. So lots of little details go together to make this one work well. But the seam you want to go in the back so that it's not on the front kind of getting, touched or moved around to make it fray more. We don't want to make it fray. I got news for you. Mesh is a woven material. So when you cut it, you gave it permission to fray. Oh, Danita, I rest. That's one of the first things I changed in my lifestyle. I no longer get 4 to 5 hours of sleep. On occasion that happens, but I am getting every night 7 to 8, where it used to be sometimes 3 hours. So that was one of the things in my health journey that I made sure was definitely changed. Hi, Patty. Hi, Monica. 20-inch next. Now, it's going to seem like, hey, this girl is crazy because this seems all scrunched in here. And you're going to get to the last piece and you're going to be like, I don't even have room for this. But I promise it's all going to work out. I promise it's all going to work out. Oh, this might not work out. That might not work out. Okay. Sorry. Moving everything here. 10-inch piece curl on the bottom. Goes on the inside of the twist tie. This is part of our current kit. So if you're interested in this in a kit, it does, all the pieces come in a kit. And then this will be your video, your assembly video. We do have some that are sold out already. Right next to it. It's going to get really cramped here. So next steps are, when we're done with this, we're going to add the ribbon tails. We'll add on top of that another set of mesh that we haven't made yet. Then we'll make our bow and add our sign. Hi, Angela. You haven't? I've only been making the pancake petites. I've only been making, well, other than the other night, I did make a 14-inch, but, and then I made tulips. I've only made the pancake petites for a long time. I've been out of 14-inch frames. I've been out of my own frames. How's that happen? Okay. One more. We're going to squeeze it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And I am ruining this sweater and I don't have anything on underneath. Oh no. Okay. Right, wiggle it in there. All right. So next step is, hey Linda. Hey Jessica. Hi sweet darling. See you in there. So far, that's what we look like. It looks weird. It looks fluffy. That's what we look like so far. You can see a little bit of a gap here. I have a remedy for that. I have a remedy for that. I have a remedy for that. We'll do that at the end. Okay, the next step is we're going to add our ribbon tails. Now, let me explain one thing for you. When you get our kits, excuse me, when you get our kits, our ribbon is wrapped just like this. Number one, if you look on the description of the kit, it'll say 2.5-inch plaid ribbon for the tails. 1.5-inch bunny ribbon for the tails. 2.5-inch diagonal ribbon for the bow. So the description will tell you exactly what's for what. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I know I need 6 ribbon tails. So if I got my ribbon and I forget, oh, I don't know what the listing is, all I need to do is count 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough for my tails. So I know this is for the bow. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I know that's not enough for my bow. I need 6. When I get to the ribbons that are 6, that's what I know are for the tails. That's number one. Number two, this is for the bow, so don't use this as an example. But when I find out which one is for the ribbon tails, I'm just going to put my finger right through there. These are 14-inch long. They're wrapped 14 inches. So I can just put my scissors, cut, and then cut the other end, cut, and then I end up with what I need for tails. Okay? You don't have to, I promise. You don't have to cut individually. You don't have to do that. All right, so what I did, one more step for this. Once I had them 14 inches long, I folded them, cut on the fold up towards the edge, to make that pretty polished V look. Okay? So pretty polished V look. That's what we want. And I did that for both of them. All right? I have a pretty sharp scissor, so it lets me do all of them at once, which is nice. And then, now y'all know this is my favorite because it's the plaid. I put the bunnies on top though, because the bunnies are also super cute. And then kind of make sure that they were even. And then I'm going to scrunch up the center. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. fold it out towards me. So unfortunately with this ribbon, it does mean that some bunnies are going the right way, some bunnies are going upside down. It's all right. This ribbon is going to go on top of the 20-inch piece. Okay, so the ribbons are going to go on top of the 20-inch piece. And then I'm done with that pipe cleaner. I can twist, 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 twist 7 or 8 times, and then we'll cut it off. Now I'm not going to leave the ribbons like that. I'm only leaving it like that for just a second while we put all of them in. Sometimes it just goes quicker if you're not picking up your wire cutters too many times and you're just doing the same thing, the same action over and over again. Okay, I think I lost you. Are y'all there? Not seeing anything. Still says I'm live. I hope so, because this is the video for the kit. Oh no. Twist, 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 twist. Again, we're going to come back and fluff those in just a second. And then if you look at this, you can see everything at my feet. Can you see this as all like crazy? Oh, you are here. What the heck happened? This is all crazy. See how it's kind of weird? We'll fix it. We'll fix it. So don't stress if that happens. We'll fix it at the end. I wasn't seeing anything. That was really crazy. It's going to go upside down. I'm also trying to make sure I'm putting in the ribbon going the same way. So like the ribbon on the left is the part that's upside down. So when I put it in, I'm trying to do that. We're listening intently. All right. That's okay. Okay, that's good. Hey, it's Linda's first time watching, y'all. We're going to welcome Linda very nicely. Thank you very much, Linda, for being here. Okay. Also making sure that the part that goes on the left is the part that's upside down. So in this design, with this size sign, okay, again, this is a wreath kit, so you can get all the pieces that go with it. But with this size sign, we do add one more piece of mesh, and we'll be doing that in just a second. And that's to hide what we got going on here, because we just made a mess, and we can still see the frame, and we don't want to see the frame. Thanks, everyone. It's Vicky. It's Wreath Kit 261. Hey, Carla, welcome. If you want us to send you a direct link, it goes automatically. So if you want a direct link to where you can find all of our wreath kits, just comment the word Wreath Kit 261, all one word, Wreath Kit 261, and then it'll send you the list. Glenda, I put together a full list, speaking of lists, of my favorite suppliers. You can find that over at learnfrommelissa.com. So I'm taking my wire cutters that, remember I said we twisted it 6 or 7 times? Where the ribbon is, I'm not cutting the other one yet. I'm cutting off the excess. We don't need that pipe cleaner anymore. And so I just don't want to have to hide it. Yes, thank you for welcoming Carla as well. Oh, Liz, thanks for saying that. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So next, important, small detail, big impact. Okay. Small detail, big impact. I want, from now until the time this leaves my table to the time it gets to my customer's door, I want my ribbons. We got 2 ribbons here. I want to spread them apart. So I want to separate them in the best way, so that they can stay separated, okay? So small detail, big impact. I'm gonna push this extra pipe cleaner down. I'm gonna smush it. I'm gonna push it all together, smush it, okay? Then I'm gonna take these 2 ribbons, separate it up and down, separate it from side to side. Same thing, separate it up and down, separate it side to side. So that right up here, where it's all twisted, gets separated. That's important. Okay, that's important. Up and down, side to side. And also, you guys are, anything that was ordered today or the weekend, everything is going to be packaged up tonight and dropped off at the post office tomorrow. So if you are ordering or have ordered this weekend, it'll be shipped out tomorrow. I think tomorrow morning, actually. It's leaving the house in the morning. I'm not sure if it's going to be dropped off then or in the afternoon, but it's going tomorrow. Is this style wreath still make good for a storm door? Yes. The bow that we're going to put on will thicken it a little bit, but the actual wreath and the ribbon tails and the sign will be roughly, here's my measuring tool, hold on, will be roughly 2.5 inches, under 3 inches. So the depth of this is not thick. The depth of this is thin, meant for a storm door to go between most. I'm not saying it'll go between all, because sometimes it's really thin between the doors. But it'll be about 2.5 inches thick, plus the bow. Can't promise there. Okay. All right, so up and down, side to side. Now we have those last 6 pieces. I'm not even going to bother with the fixing the ribbons yet. So it looks like a messy mess. I love the blend, but it looks like a messy mess. So from here, now look real closely. You can see, we can still see the frame, and we can still see stuff we don't want to see. Look in the center. You can still see the frame. And we don't want to, okay? We don't want to. So I'm going to take those pipe cleaners that are still left. Those are on top of the 10-inch curl, okay? Those are on top of the 10-inch curl, and we're going to make, we only have to make one together. I already have the rest of them made. We're going to make a little bubble. Hey, Carol, just signing in. I missed the beginning. Hey, Patty, don't worry. When we're done, it'll post and you can see the replay, okay? So the first 6 that we took off the mesh was 20 inches. The next 6 we took off was 10 inches a piece. That was for the curl. The next 6 we need are also 10 inches. Okay, also 10 inches. I'm also going to say my braces make me feel like my tongue is like 20 sizes bigger sometimes. Like, oh, I sound like I'm nuts. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Typically, we're rolling it, we're ruffling it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the cut edge and we're going to fold it to the cut edge. Important that we're doing cut edge to cut edge, okay? If you're doing it the other way, your cut edge is going to fray like crazy and you're going to see it. We want to camouflage it, so we're going to take the cut edge and fold it into the cut edge. I love making the pic. Thanks, awesome, Teresa. Okay, so cut edge to cut edge. So the part that's here, on this part here, that's the cut edge. That's the part I cut. Whether you cut it with a rotary cutter or a scissors, I don't care. But that's the part that's going to fray. Important, all right? Then, as close to the edge as possible, maybe about 1 inch, we're going to ruffle up the best we can. Hey, Donna. We're going to ruffle up the best we can. So I'm going to go right along that edge as best as we can. So I have like a little bubble. Looks just like that. So that this piece is what we're going to see. This piece is the factory edge, so that's not going to fray. And the part that's fraying is going to go in towards the center of the wreath and you're not going to see it. All right? That's why we fold it. Cut edge to cut edge. And we're ruffling right along the cut edge. Okay? Important detail. Now, the rest of them are all zip tied You can see I don't have a zip tie on this one. I'm just going to put it right in, and it's going to go on top of the 20-inch piece. Okay. It's going to sandwich everything together. Yes, it's going to cover a little bit of the mesh or ribbons. It's okay. It's going to cover the part we want it to cover mostly. It's going to cover the rest of that frame that we can see, and the pipe cleaners and anything else we don't want to see. Now, I'm done with the pipe cleaner after that, so I can twist it just like I did 6 or 7 times. Twist it because we're going to come back and cut it off. The reason I twist it that many times is because when I cut it off, and I move the ribbons and stuff, I don't want it to be such a little bit of a twist that it comes apart, right? I want it to be enough of a twist where when I move things around, it's not going to come apart, right? Think about it. This is going to be on the door. The wind is going to fluff it all around. I'm going to sit up like this so that it's not catching me as much as possible. And then I'm just going to go on. Now, these are going to overlap, which is perfect. It's going to create like a little fluffy circle. It's going to be super cute. Yes, it is covering up a little bit of the ribbons, but wait till you see what it does. And if you wanted your ribbons, this is a kit, so you can't do it with this. But if you're making these at home, okay, you don't want to do it with this because it's a kit, and you get what you need. You get the amount of supplies that you need. So don't go changing the measurements on me. So if you're making the pancake petite recipe at home, you can make your ribbons a little bit longer if you want. I don't suggest going too much longer because they will kind of flop forward in this design. But you could make them a little bit longer. I made them 14 inches and kept them. First of all, if you know me, it's for a financial stretch, supply kind of calculation, because I'm a little bit nutso when it comes to that. And I want to be able to get the most out of all the stuff that I use. But anyways, you could make them a little bit longer. But also, a lot of folks were saying, oh, you cover up the mesh, And they're right. In some cases, especially, we have a summer kit available, and it has the cutest ribbon. It's like stripes and stuff. And they're right. When you do all the stuff, which I still do, but it does cover up the mesh. So this specific style helps you see like the edges of the mesh too. Would you mind sharing, please, how you came to decide on your weight loss surgery? Did you think you couldn't lose? I can't see the rest of it. I'll just say, the reason I chose to do surgery was validated the day after surgery when my surgeon talked to me, and I'll tell you through. So, embarrassing enough. First of all, we're celebrating a 150-pound loss. 150 pounds down. The volume of food I could intake in one sitting was embarrassing. I don't know how else to say that. It was embarrassing. You know, I used to own gyms, 3 ladies only fitness centers that were franchised. So I knew all the things I had to do. I was educated enough to know all the things I had to do. I was also educated enough to know that I could only shrink my stomach on my own so much. Okay, it wasn't going to be what I thought I needed. And so I chose, thank you, Linda, I chose weight loss surgery, the sleeve, because I knew I needed help in that respect. I knew no matter what I was going to be battling and fighting the size that I could consume. So, the day after surgery, when my surgeon came in to talk to me, he said, you're going to have a little bit of, We might have a little bit of an issue with this one incision. We had to make it a little bit bigger than we had to go back in and make it a little bit bigger than we normally did because your stomach was the biggest we've ever seen. And I cried, but that validated my decision. Did I think I could do it on my own? Yeah, I thought I could because I've done it several times. But that was something I didn't want to battle for the rest of my life. So I lost the first 27 pounds naturally. I lost the next 50 pounds pretty rapidly after surgery. And then my body was like, oh no, that's too much. So we got to stop. So from April, what year was that? 2024. Nope. April 2025 to June, I stalled. I wasn't doing anything. And then that's when I started the supplements. So that's how I came to my decision. That's how I came to my decision. I stand by it. I changed everything in my life. Everything. I changed how much. I didn't even drink liquids. I didn't even drink liquids. I drink water. And I was like, no, I'm not drinking water. I changed everything. You want to know the secret though? I'll stop for a second because this is serious. The secret, this is the secret. I changed my mind. Period. I changed my mind. Changed my mind. Before I met Aaron, I was this extremely confident, this huge personality, this fit and in shape, healthy person. And sometime before I met Aaron, there was, everybody has some trauma. So I had some trauma and some things that just kind of added up. And then, Aaron and I went through all this fertility stuff, and we were spending, when I say 6 figures to have kids, I mean 6 figures to try to have kids. It was stressful. It was stressful. And I let myself become compliant, comfortable in all the things. And when I signed the lease for my classroom in April 2024, I went through a transition in my brain that was very similar to what happened when my grandmother and I opened our very first gym. And I changed my mind. So I love you, and I can tell you all the things. Yes, I work out with a trainer 3 days a week. I talk to a therapist. I eat wonderfully, except for today. I had like all of the Girl Scout cookies, and I did not even care. I loved every bit of it. I prepare. I drink my drink every single day. I do all these extra things, but the secret, it's the thing. You can do all these things to help you, and they'll all help. You can do all these things to help you. But if your mind isn't like, I gotta do this for this reason, for this reason, for this reason, for this reason, and I'm gonna do it, and watch me do it, then you'll slip a little bit. Gotta keep that like super close to you. Sorry for the soap opera. I used to tell my girls, we had, between 3 gyms, we had nearly 6,000 women. Some of you watching or that follow me, I know you're here and you were part of my gym, or our gym. I used to tell them, you know, weight loss is 80% in the kitchen. I want to see them, and I want to see the gals, obviously, but weight loss is 80% in the kitchen. I'd argue that now and say it's 90% in your mind. It's 90% in your mind, because if you can change your mind and say, this is what I'm doing, and not lie to yourself and stick to it and live it. If you can make your mind do that, you'll surprise yourself. I never thought in a million years I could lose 150 pounds. Here we are. All right. Thanks for listening. And to whoever asked that, I'm sorry if that was not what you were looking for. Okay, I'm going to add this right to the center. If you're just joining, sometimes I go off on like crazy things. It's all right. All right, I'm going right through. Remember, we put the spots on the back of that sign in the beginning in a specific spot so that we could hide certain amount of pipe cleaners, and I'm putting that on the frame exactly where we need to. I'm going to point out specifically, can you see how this is like even here? Well, it will be, but it's even. You can see a little bit of that ruffle. You can see a little bit of it perfectly. That's what I want to see. I want to see it that way. And then the other pipe cleaners that you can see on the other side are going to be covered by our bow. Oh, thank you, Patricia. I will say this. You know, a lot of you are interested in my shrink drink. I call it my shrink drink. I stand by it 100%. The person that a friend of mine who introduced it to me, she did not have surgery. She does not eat well. She will tell you. I love her dearly. Dearly, I love her. She will tell you she does not eat like I do. And her results are definitely look like mine. She doesn't know, she doesn't keep track of what she started at, so she doesn't know what she started at, but I love her. And she has definitely lost a tremendous amount. So don't think, you know, again, I do use it as help. It's not my thing. It's not the only thing. But also, people I know personally don't do the things I do, and it does help them. Honestly, you know, whatever choices you have to make to get healthy, to assist, to whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is, I'm going to stand by it. Whatever is helping you, whatever keeps you on track, whatever you have to do that. Evelyn. It's okay. I legit had so many Girl Scout cookies. My kids have never had Girl Scout cookies. So when we walked in to the Jumpy place today, I bought one box of all of them so my kids could try. We had a group with us, so like we shared, obviously. We brought home some, but it's all right. Is there caffeine in the drink? Not in the main weight loss part of it, but I do put an extra zest in it that has caffeine. Keep moving. Yes, ma'am. Keep moving. Okay, this is what we look like so far. So we still have to make the bow to cover what's left. We're not going to touch the ribbons until the very end. And we look fairly good on the circle around, okay? Fairly good on the circle around. Okay. if you type the word, and I don't know if it'll send it to you if you've already commented a code word here, but if you type the word shrink drink 26 all together, no spaces, shrink drink 26, the automated system will send it to you. Okay. All right, let's make the bow that goes here. Now here's the idea. The face of our bow is going to go up here, and the tails are going to hang down. The face of the bow is going to go up here, and the tails are going to hang down. Okay? So I'm going to make my bow according to that so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay? So I'm going to take the ribbons for our bow. Shrink, drink, 26. Perfect, Angela. Okay? It might not work if you already did the wreath kit, because it's pretty picky. I'm happy to send the shrink drink details. Oh yeah, that's me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna measure. I'm gonna go down about, I think it's 13 inches. Look at that. It's exactly 13. So I'm gonna go down 13 inches, and my loop is going to be about 5.5 inches, almost 6. Okay, almost 6 inches. So 13 inches on the tail, if you got this as a kit, 13 inches as a tail, 5 3/4 inches as the loop. Okay, I'm going to take it and pinch right here. Pinch, 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 pinch. I'm going to pull this apart. Twist. Come down for my next loop. About the same. Pinch. Twist. Loop. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 total loops, 1 long tail, 1 short tail. Okay, do your tail 12 inches. 12 inches on the loop, 5.5 on that. 12 inches on the tail, 5.5 inches on the loop. Okay. And we're going to do that same thing on every layer. I'm going to go next with the, let's see here. I'm going to go next with the pink. So I'm going to dovetail the end. I'm going to dovetail the end. 12 inches. Let's go 12 inches. 12 inches on the tail. A little bit smaller on the loop. So if the first loop was 5 3/4, the next one's going to be 5.5. Okay? 5.5. Just a little bit smaller on that next one. I'm going to pinch. Pull it apart. Twist. Loop. Pinch, twist, loop, and that last one will be our short tail. Okay, want to write down in. Opposite, so I'm going to put the tails, the long tails are going to be opposite of each other. Okay, long tails are going to be opposite of each other. Then, do I want this polka dot on the top? I do. That's going to be cute. All right. Sorry, if you asked a question and I didn't see it, please ask again. I can see lots of y'all's things coming in for the shrink drink. Okay. 12 inches. Loop. Now it's going to be about 5 1/4. So a little bit shorter. 5 1/4. Pinch. twist, loop, pinch, twist, loop, pinch, twist. That'll be my tail. I'm going to go opposite. So the first one was over here, the next one was over here, the next one's over here. And then the last one, hey Cheryl, shrink, drink, no spaces. Shrink, drink, 2-6, no spaces. And then if you're looking for the wreath kit, it is wreath kit 261. That's going to be confusing. Okay. All right. This one we're going to have a little, like a 2-inch loop, a 2-inch loop at the top, 2-inch, just real small. Pinch, that's just for the center. Pinch, twist. The next one is our loop here that we're going to make about an inch smaller than the yellow. Okay, about an inch smaller than the yellow. For a week now, I've gone up and down on a pound or two so far. Keep going. Keep going. The one thing, you know, I started using some skincare was part of my routine, and I started talking with some people about skincare who didn't sell the products that I started to use. So it wasn't a sales thing. And they said, when you start doing a regimen, use it for a year. Now, obviously, for skin, it takes time to change. I get it. But for anything, for the drink, for the supplements, for the gym, for whatever, you know, you want to give it some time. Monica, you got to type the word shrink, drink, 2-6. And if you didn't get it automatically, it's probably because you used a code word, a different code word on this live, and it only sends one per post. So you could go on any other post that we have and type in the word shrink, drink, 2-6, and it'll send it to you. It's picky. It's picky. Okay, I'm going to pull all those tails down to one side. So the long tails all came down to the, because I'm right-handed, come down to the right. I'm going to take that center loop and just go rock it kind of back and forth so that you can see just the center loop, not the pipe cleaner. I'm going to take all the short tails and move them up to the top. So I'm kind of turning it around this way, hold it in my hand, move all the short tails up to the top. I'm going to go ahead and cut those, trim those. The thing that I've noticed, now I take the stuff for the drink and supplements right before I eat. Helps with my gut health. But I will tell you what I've personally noticed, because I'm doing so many things, I can't say like this has been this exact thing. But what I've noticed, the drink has helped me personally is my inflammation. I know that. I know that. That's for me personally. But remember, I do a lot of things, so everything all together has helped. Okay, I'm moving those all the way up and around. Ooh. That ribbon isn't switched all the way. I'm going to move this one up and move this one down to just help that one. Stinker. There we go. Okay, hold on to our pipe cleaner and just move these around a little bit more to where I want them to be. super duper. Sorry, I'm preoccupied. Cute. See that center loop, just a real tiny. That is darling. You can put these in any order. So again, this is a kit. You can put this in any order, but that turned out really cute. Then we're going to take the head of this is the head of this bow, and put it in our wreath so that, this is cute. So what I don't like to see is I don't like to see the head of my bow even with my sign, okay? So in this specific design, I like to see the bow a little bit higher. And I will say the loops are big. It's all right. We're going to place this in here just the way we like it. Cute. Okay, then we got to get this baby attached to the frame. Ooh, yeah, to the frame. I am not going to the workshop, so I will not be attending the deco in person this year, just because, y'all, I travel. One year I traveled, it was a total of 3 months. I can't be away from the kids that long. I can't, it's, you know, we have to pay for our own expenses. It's not in my budget. So I can't be away from my house, my business, my family. So I am not traveling for the in-persons this year. It's bad enough. One of the virtual events is during Grayson's birthday. So I'm having a rough time with that. So I wish I could and be there with everyone. And I know everyone that's going is going to have a wonderful time. I will not be there. And they knew that from the start. It wasn't a new thing. That wasn't something new. It wasn't a surprise. I was at the first one because it was part of the it was during the virtual. So it was easy for me to be there, but the rest of them are separate than, so fortunately it's the way the cookie crumbles. Gotta give up some things. It's not gonna be the kids. I'm waiting actually to find out Addison's soccer schedule. Her tournament schedule is up for debate with the parents, and one of those is during a workshop, so we'll make adjustments. This is darling. Okay, you saw at the very end here is when I went through and touched all the ribbons. So I'm not going to do that ahead of time. And the hack. I wish I could go to the in-person ones, but I can't be away from my son that long. Yeah. I'm also planning during my son's birthday, Grayson's birthday. One of the, not this one, but one of the in-persons, one of the virtuals, so we all get together for the virtuals in our in-person. And one of those is during my son's birthday. So that is already tough. Okay, hack. I'm going to use this. Thank you, Mary Ellen. I appreciate that. I'm going to use this. Sometimes, if you saw the reel that I did, sometimes the mesh doesn't touch. You see how these touch? Sometimes they don't. And if you see right over here, see how it, well, there. See how it gaps just a little bit? We're going to use this. So I'm going to slide my this thing in between both of the pieces of mesh. I'm going to slide it in there as much as I possibly can. And just tie them together. Now, you see me, I don't have to do this on all of them, but I'm gonna, because I like the idea of it helping stay in place. I like the idea that I know it's not going to get all the way to my customer's house and then mix up and not look great or look different than what I had pictured. And this is going to help keep it in place. So I'm okay with that. I have considered, because if you're like me, you're thinking of all the things, I have considered, well, won't these rust? So I hope my customer doesn't have it out in the middle of, you know, complete elements where you can see it in the absolute rain and, you know, not great. But yeah, they might rust. So you can do it if you want. You don't have to. Is this string on this? Is that a string on the top of the sign? Yeah. And I left it. Look how stinking cute. Hey, Aunt Kay. Look how cute. Super duper cute. The bow is perfect. The back is nice and clean. Perfect, perfect. Again, this is a kit, or it was a kit when we went live. Everything purchased tonight will be shipped out tomorrow morning. So if you ordered yesterday, today, or tonight, it'll be shipped out in the morning because she loves it. I do love it. It's so cute. So thank you very much for ordering, for purchasing. This will serve as the video for this kit. Again, if you're looking for anything we have available as far as kits, you can type the word, all one word, all together, Wreath Kit 261. It has to be all together. Wreath Kit 261 will automatically send you the link to our Etsy shop where it'll give you the links to all of our kits available. If you're purchasing tonight, if you're purchasing more than one, the system will charge you shipping for both or all. Like Julie, if she's still here, she bought 9 or 10 of them all together. When we ship out your box, we'll calculate the actual shipping and then we'll refund any excess. So like Julie bought 9 or 10 of them, okay? Clearly, she doesn't need shipping for each one, so we combine them all into one box, weighed and measured, come up with a total price, and then we'll refund the rest of all of hers. So if you're looking for that, just type the word Wreath Kit 261. If you've already typed that word somewhere else or here, it won't send it to you more than once. Okay, so just check your Facebook Messenger, your inbox, and that link will already be there. I love this one. We have a couple more super cute ones. We've sold out of a couple already. And we'll have, Aaron is going to be out of town. And then when he gets back, we'll have a couple more different ones. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me and my soap opera sometimes. Thanks for learning our pancake petite. I totally love it. Donna, if you're looking for the shrink drink, it's Shrink Drink 26. All one word, Shrink Drink 26. Thank you, Julie. Okie dokie. So it's Wreath Kit 261 for the Wreath Kit availability. And if you want them, make sure you go quickly. You shouldn't even be here still because they could sell out before you get there. Wreath Kit 261, and the shrink drink was Shrink Drink 26. I love y'all. I'm going to go package up all of your orders. I'll see you tomorrow.